to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes.
Prepare yourself for a shocking revelation as new accusations suggest that Beyoncé and Diddy might have been involved in something together. It's important to be clear, there's currently no evidence linking Beyoncé to any of the allegations surrounding Diddy, but her name keeps surfacing as Diddy's situation unfolds. With her husband, Jay-Z, being close friends with Diddy, people online are speculating that she might be more involved or at least aware of what's going on behind the scenes. If you've scrolled through TikTok recently, you've probably seen videos in the "Thank You, Beyoncé" trend with the popular audio clip "She Knows." It might seem like harmless fun, but understanding the origin of this trend might leave you uneasy. Meanwhile, rumors are flying that a tape allegedly showing Beyoncé and Diddy together is being shopped around to media outlets, with TMZ reportedly offering a high bid to acquire it. Speculation is that this video might expose not only Beyoncé and Diddy, but potentially other celebrities who were part of Diddy's infamous parties. As the whispers grow louder and media attention builds, fans are left wondering what this tape might reveal and who else might be implicated if it ever sees the light of day. If these rumors prove true, they could shake up the industry and change the way fans view some of the biggest names in music. Make sure you're following our channel for any breaking updates on this story, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay informed on the latest celebrity news and revelations.
And it sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at
Okay.
a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping, like they're being surreptitiously recorded. Mainly because I've known about this for about 3.5 weeks to about a month.
Images of famous people in questionable circumstances from one of Diddy's wild parties went viral a few days ago. One image shows Diddy dousing two individuals in champagne as they get too intimate for his amusement. Additionally, there were photos of other celebrities attending the party, such as Paris Hilton, Chris Brown, Kim Kardashian, and another of Diddy's friends enjoying some really private activity in a pool with two escorts. Leonardo DiCaprio's pictures went viral on the internet, but they say they pale in comparison to the rumored Diddy and Beyoncé video that would purportedly be sold and released.
Because when you were talking about going back in time and talking about these allegations from other alleged victims, you know, there's not a lot of police reports, but you guys actually have one. And is that going to be revealed? Are we going to be able to see it?
Yes, as soon as I file my lawsuit in civil court, I will be attaching the criminal complaint that was made. I'll attach the number so everyone can see that this is a real number and can go to the police department there and request their own copy of that police report that was made back in 2018.
The rumors began when a lawyer named Ariel Mitchell Kidd recently revealed some unsettling information from a new client who is also suing Diddy for SA. Although the client's name was withheld, the client claims to have met Diddy in 2018 at a friend's house after drinking alcohol that Diddy allegedly spiked, feeling inebriated and eventually passing out. She then claims that Diddy ejected her using an object and even invited another man to join in. What's even more shocking is that Diddy's assistant, Christina Coram, was present when the SA occurred, and the client claims that Diddy and Christina were discussing intimacy informally during the incident.
Much been in the know the entire time since I first got contacted by these individuals with the tape. And we're pursuing now a meeting with the three of us for us to broker, I guess, a situation where we'll have certain guarantees that once we make the representations to the person in the tape, that we have some level of assurances that this is a valid tape.
Even though she filed a report, nothing came of it, probably because Diddy had paid off the authorities. This was not unusual for him. He reportedly did this with many of his victims. It wasn't until someone as well known as Cassie sued him that he finally faced serious consequences. At some point during all of this, she regained consciousness and managed to escape. She ran out of the house screaming for help until a neighbor let her in and called the police. Ariel revealed that someone else approached her about representing them in the selling of a tape from one of Diddy's parties that had him and a well-known celebrity. This is where the conversation took a different turn. Although she didn't specifically mention that it was Beyoncé, Ariel claimed to have seen the video and implied that the star was much more well-known than Diddy. She also claimed to have been ignorant that they were being filmed. Ariel's remark that the celebrity was more famous than Diddy sparked speculation, and it only got worse when a viral video of the baby discussing how he was once brought to Diddy's house for a private meeting with Diddy reappeared. Jay-Z and Beyoncé
was at a friend's house who had industry ties and was on the phone with Diddy, and he decided to come to the house. And when he came to the house, everything was fine, that there was another woman there who we've determined to be Christina Quorum, KK, who Diddy talks about a lot as his like right-hand woman, if you will, and that they were discussing her, and then that led to her being served a drink where then she started to feel woozy, and then Mr. Combs with an inanimate object, and then actually directed another gentleman while he watched and played.
The infant Beyoncé approached and introduced herself in a way that seemed more flirtatious than friendly, as if she were hinting at something more. He also said that Diddy eventually threw out everyone but him, Beyoncé and Jay-Z, and that things got a little strange when Diddy began touching the baby, even putting his hands around his neck. According to the baby, Diddy liked him, but it doesn't end there. He made the band members walk 4 hours on foot to get him a cheesecake. It's still unclear exactly where they were, but it took them 4 hours. People saw this as one of the first indications that something wasn't right with Diddy, but at the time, most people thought it was just his way of seeing how loyal the boy was.
So the video was pornographic in nature.
And just to be clear, two thoughts about this. One, is it a household name that we're talking about here? And secondly, are they engaged in any criminality from what you understand?
Household name, very much so. More of a household name than Mr. Combs.
Wow,
And
really?
criminality, they are engaged in pornography. They're not doing anything illegal per se. I can't say that well, I'll say this. My concern was that I could not verify the age of the individual. And so that was my concern about not having anything sent to me and viewing it in the way that I did via stills, via FaceTime video.
In a recent interview with Art of Dialogue, band member Freddie P revealed that the cheesecake was actually for Beyoncé rather than Diddy. You read correctly. She told Diddy she wanted cheesecake, but instead of sending her own staff, she allowed the band to walk for hours to get it. Then she watched as Diddy humiliated them on his TV show, making the band. You would think that after all that, she would have felt sorry for them, but apparently she didn't care and ate the cheesecake.
It was like 4 or 5 in the morning, and me and Dallon got back first. Let me tell you how green these niggas is. So, I'm the type of nigga, I listen to everything you say as if it's a contract. So, if you say, walk to the store, or walk to get me some cheesecake, I'll walk to get you some cheesecake, but I'm not walking back. And that's just what me and Dallon did. And they like, why y'all, you know, they hot. Like, y'all cheating. And we like, he told us to walk. He didn't tell us to walk back. So we already in the hotel like 3 hours before they got there. When they said they was coming, we went and met them in front of the building.
This whole situation is a mess. To be clear, there is no confirmation that Beyoncé is in that tape. We'll just have to wait and see if TMZ buys it and releases it. However, for the time being, everything about her involvement is just speculation since the lid came off this whole situation. There had been whispers about Diddy and Jay-Z being very close, with rumors that Diddy had hooked up with Jay a few times. These rumors blew up when a video of Diddy slapping Jay's butt on stage, almost like a sign that something more might be happening after the show. Jaguar Wright has been providing everyone with an insight into what actually occurs at Diddy's parties by presenting a variety of data regarding leaked video from his place. We've all heard crazy tales about Diddy's well-known parties, but this is really getting out of hand. Right now, the internet is ablaze with rumors that Diddy's home is being investigated because of some legal troubles he's having. Diddy had a great start to 2023, winning a smash R&B album at the MTV VMAs and even igniting rumors that he had purchased a bet. However, things swiftly took a turn for the worst, and he is already facing numerous lawsuits accusing him of some very serious things. This abrupt change from success to legal issues has undoubtedly damaged his career, and I'm going to.
Hey, my son was just born. I ain't got time for this. I used to make $100 a day before I met P. Diddy. It wasn't much, but I had a son on the way. It was a lot back then. Like, you feel me? So I'm like, man, I ain't got time for this. Off down the block. Man, I swear to God, everything I love, man. As he walked off, he had 2 security guards, Uncle Paul and another nigga with him, and he walked off. And that nigga got to the end of the block where I was, and nigga said, gave me doubt. I respect that money. Like,
the investigation into Combs commenced following severe accusations of sexual assault and exploitation that surfaced in a number of civil lawsuits in New York, including one in federal court in December. Combs has continuously refuted these allegations, but now Diddy is facing a number of charges, including disturbing connections to the death of his ex-wife Kim Porter. Kimora, after learning of Kim's untimely death, Lee Simmons, a close friend of Kim, is pleading with authorities to restart the inquiry because she believes something is amiss and that she could know more. Cameron was obviously devastated by her friend's untimely death and hurried to Kim's house, especially since Kim didn't appear ill. Recent events imply that Kim's diagnosis of pneumonia may not provide the whole picture. Suspicion is rising, especially since the coroner who looked into her case died soon after finding a possibly dangerous.
My whole thing about it is that it was always between those two, physically. But Kim got tired of it and she wasn't taking it. If he put his hands on her, she was going at him.
When Kim died, the coroner said that a more thorough investigation was necessary. However, he was quickly replaced by another coroner, and it took him a long time to declare that Kim had died of pneumonia. This is where things start to get suspicious because the new coroner never brought up the toxins found in Kim's body. Did someone pressure him to keep quiet? There were also rumors that Kim and Diddy didn't get along in the days before Kim's death, which has people wondering if Diddy was involved in all of this. As of 2023, 18 companies have severed their ties with his online store over global. Radar Online revealed that the Recording Academy has even contemplated disinviting Diddy from the 2024 Grammys, with a representative stating that they are taking this very seriously and looking into it carefully. The Source magazine also stated that his clothing line, Shahjahan, was being phased out and would not be available in Macy's stores come 2024. It's encouraging to see prominent figures in the industry speaking out against this kind of behavior because the hip-hop community has long struggled with issues like toxic masculinity and misogyny. At first, 50 Cent's remarks about Diddy might have seemed like a joke, but as more serious accusations surface, it's alarming how many leaders in this billion-dollar industry could disregard persistent grievances on the maltreatment of women, who could be responsible for Diddy's actions. According to recent allegations, Jay-Z and Beyoncé could be the culprits. Diddy is allegedly implicated in the death of Jay-Z's supposed mistress, Kathy White. The fact that there is so little information available regarding Kathy, who supposedly died under suspicious circumstances, is odd. In early September 2011, there was a lot of talk in the local news and celebrity blogs about a young woman named Kathy White. Some outlets even referred to her as Jay-Z's rumored side chick. However, with all the excitement surrounding Beyoncé's unexpected pregnancy announcement, old blog posts are starting to surface with claims that people spotted Kathy hanging out with both Jay-Z and Diddy. Journalist Liz Conan is stirring the pot by claiming that she spoke to Kathy before her passing and dropped hints that Jay-Z could be in hot water. The fact that many of the same media outlets that first reported on Kathy eventually removed her from their websites in favor of concentrating on Beyoncé's pregnancy raises questions about whether or not Kathy's story received the attention it merited. You keep Beyoncé that way even though she has been on them for a long time. Even though fame comes with rumors, it can still be difficult. Recently, Liz Conan's tweet surfaced, claiming that she had spoken to Kathy before her death and knew what actually happened. Some people dismissed Liz after she and Claudia Jordan were seen partying with Jay-Z and Diddy at a Las Vegas nightclub. Diddy's relationships with Jay-Z and Kathy certainly raised some questions, and there are rumors that Jay-Z and Beyoncé are connected, even though some people find her allegations concerning. Even with Beyoncé's rise to global fame and her enormous fan base, some people think that Aaliyah's death was a calculated decision to eliminate competition for her unique style and originality. Beyoncé and Aaliyah both began their careers in R&B and were pursuing acting careers with similar goals and aspirations. Some theories suggest that the Illuminati, which is said to have influence over the industry, may have preferred Beyoncé to take the lead and get rid of Aaliyah because she was rumored to be separating herself from those forces. Many female artists today are inspired by Aaliyah, and some believe that Beyoncé admired her and even aspired to be like her. As conspiracy theories proliferate, there is a growing demand for justice for Aaliyah, and supporters of the singer fervently believe that the case should be reopened in order to hold those who may have been involved accountable. The unsettling thought that a beloved celebrity's demise might be tied to something sinister drives a collective demand for the truth. While Jay-Z and Beyoncé are often viewed as Hollywood's ultimate power couple, their relationship hasn't always been smooth. Yes, they have nearly $4 billion in net worth, a stunning mansion, and plenty of respect in the industry, but that's just the surface. Behind the scenes, their journey has been filled with more drama than one might expect. If you haven't been keeping up with the gossip about their love life, buckle up. It's been a wild journey, with plenty of highs, lows, and some serious messiness. And let's not forget how their relationship had a pretty unconventional start. When they first met, Beyoncé was still a teenager while Jay-Z was in his 30s. Reflecting on those early days, Beyoncé once shared in an interview, "I was 18 when we met, 19 when we started dating. There was no rush, no one expected me to run off and get married." Beyoncé:
well, it's my soulmate, it's the person I love, and you can be in love with someone, you can love someone and if you haven't experienced love and you don't understand it and you don't have the tools to move forward, then you're gonna have complications.
What people are saying, it could be difficult to keep the tale straight, which could account for the shifting dates, and the confusion around Beyoncé's timeline could indicate that she is concealing something. Questions are raised by more than just the age gap. The power dynamics in their relationship have been under scrutiny since the beginning. Beyoncé was gaining fame, but Jay-Z was already a huge player in the music industry with far more influence at the time. From the start, many questioned whether their relationship was as picture-perfect as it seemed, especially with the age gap and Jay-Z's status. However, as time went on, the balance began to shift. Beyoncé blossomed into Hollywood's reigning queen, becoming a superstar with the record for the most Grammy wins ever. Still, even with all her success, the skepticism lingered. Jay-Z found himself facing criticism, with accusations flying and even claims of him being a predator. Now fast forward to the latest drama. Rumors are flying that Jay-Z may have used narcotics and substances to control Beyoncé. Suddenly, all those side-eye looks and wild accusations from the past don't seem so far-fetched anymore. It's starting to make sense why people were so suspicious all along. Plus, there's the fact that Jay was Beyoncé's first serious relationship. She's even talked about how she didn't have a typical childhood or teenage years because she was so focused on her career. She said, "My teenage years were about the grind. My energy went into Destiny's Child and the dream of us getting a record deal and becoming musicians. If something wasn't helping me reach my goal, I decided to invest no time in it. I didn't feel like I had time to kiki or hang out. I sacrificed a lot of things and ran from any possible distraction." Suffering. In addition to being 12 years younger than Jay's, Beyoncé had limited relationship experience. She has discussed how her adolescent years were mostly devoted to her career, which left her with little time for dating, which further cast doubt on their relationship. The topic of discussion shifted over time from whether she was groomed to whether Beyoncé felt stuck in her marriage now that she was older and had more life experience. People are beginning to question whether Beyoncé was actually in charge at the time or if she was just a young child who didn't fully understand what she was getting into. However, insiders have started to share stories claiming that Beyoncé wasn't just feeling restricted, she was actually stuck. It appears to be a major power play, leading many to reconsider the idea of their picture-perfect marriage. According to several sources, Jay-Z was obsessed with controlling her, keeping all the power, and effectively running her life, so she didn't have the freedom to make her own decisions. Now, I'd like to hear your thoughts. We hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. That concludes our discussion for today. Do you think Diddy will reveal the truth about Beyoncé's alleged relationship with Diddy once the trial begins? For more videos like this one, click bell.